All right. Welcome to the Dreams Experience, New Year's Eve edition. I'm super excited for this year. I know you guys are too. I feel like for a lot of us, 2019 will go classified as, but did you die? Right? It was a tough year. It was a year of a lot of struggles and growth and really trying to get to that next level in our own consciousness, because what a lot of this episode is going to be about is the true nature of our reality, because we've been misinformed on how things actually work. So what do I mean by that? Well, the standard model of education, of working for money and to get a job and for security, has led us in the wrong directions overall as a society. And we need to set the record straight so that we can continue to evolve as a species, right? And what I mean by we've been misinformed about the true nature of our reality is what we are actually capable of and the gifts we've been given as human beings, as individuals, but also as a collective species and consciousness. We are a reflection of our own environment and vice versa. So anything externally that we are doing will reflect upon us internally, and vice versa. Anything that is to say, anything we are thinking or whatever intentions we have behind our actions will result, not immediately, but will result in the manipulation of our external environment as well. To think about that like karmatic way of thinking. What you do comes back to you, right? Etc. Now, to take this a step further, the mechanics of the human body, particularly the brain, right? That's our computer. That is where original thought comes to arise, that will eventually govern our external reality, create the environment that we're living in, right? Give us our experience. It comes from thinking. That's why meditation is a super effective practice that many gurus, yogis, spiritual people will discuss, because what it does is it will quiet the clutter in your mind, these random thoughts about and fears about the past or what's going to happen in the future. It silences them down so you could let the universe know exactly what it is that you want. Because if the universe doesn't know, or it's getting all these thoughts that are jumping around, things that we have to do, responsibilities, fears, that will be mixed into your reality. Now, it's also important to think about positive and negative thoughts and having them, and trying to take those negative thoughts when you do get them and throw them away, because that's a skill in itself. The more things you focus on that are what you want and are intentional, the more of those things that your reality will present to you. Okay. And another facet to this, because it's very dynamic, the relationship between ourselves, our environment, and the things specifically we put in ourselves, right? The food and water that we are drinking that turns into the flesh that we are, right? If you're putting things that scientifically we know are healthy for us, like green foods, vegetables, nuts, high alkaline foods, what happens is your body will transform, and it will make your computer, right? The brain that we talked about, the computer, it will make it work better and transform your outer reality and experiences much quicker than it would if you are putting things that are harmful to the mechanism in it, like fast foods, meats, dairy, things that not our fault, but we've been conditioned to think that are okay to consume, but are actually poisonous to our body and in the scope of what we're actually capable of. They are prohibiting that manifestation process from happening quicker and keeping the collective consciousness of our overall species down, because it's toxic for us, right? If we are working at our optimal level, human beings have the capability to communicate telepathically, right? verbal communication is more or less gibberish. We would have extrasensory capabilities that range. The ancient Sumerians believed that human beings, and this is the most complex civilization that has ever been recorded, right? Modern day Iraq, which evolved into Mesopotamia, etc., etc. They believed we had 365 senses. We're down to like 6, and maybe it's because of the things that we are consuming and even the thought process that we are not capable of different high conscious capabilities. Sorry, I didn't have a better verbiage for that. But that being said, everything that we do and project out into the universe will come back to us. And it's coming back quicker and quicker as we move through like the Earth's orbit, right, into a area of lighter density. So things kind of magically happen quicker when you're doing the right thing by your body, mind, and spirit. So I would encourage you this year to tell the universe or God or whatever higher power you might have, the universal energy, Mother Earth, what you want, right? We're about to go into a new year, right? A lot of people have been working super hard in 2019, defeating old demons, getting to a new level of consciousness and stability. But now that you're at that level, it is important to make clear the things that you want this year and the years to come. Put a timeline on them, make some details like, this is what I want, this is why I want it. And really try and take any of those negative feelings or predispositions about anything or anyone that you have. Try and put them aside and throw them away. Because even the negative feelings that you have about other people or other situations are in one way or another a result of something that you have done. A lot of times we kind of know when we're going through it, like, oh shit, I probably deserve this for doing that thing to that person. But taking our own accountability for where we're at, but also recognizing this isn't where I need to be at, because now I went through that cycle of trauma. I felt those pains that I may have caused others. And now it's my time to own who it is that I am and kind of reunite with that collective consciousness and let the universe work for us rather than against us. Because negatives will always perpetuate negatives. Positives will always perpetuate positives, right? They will lead to other positives. And the more we think like that and don't get down and dwell and put more negative out into the universe, the quicker we'll start to evolve consciously. This will be a very interesting year for a lot of new developments in technology, social justice, identifying some of the areas that our whole civilization needs to improve and reunite. And I think we're all ready for it. So let's go into 2020 with the best of intentions for ourselves and our peers and collective family, because that's what we are. We will only evolve as quickly as our external environment evolves, right? As quickly as we help each other, as quickly as we heal the environment and respect our co-inhibitors, right? Our animals and our plants, and stop tearing down rainforests and stop mass killings of animals and species for food consumption when not only do we not need it, but it's not healthy for our bodies. It does not work well within our bodies. I'll be taking this podcast abroad where I will be doing my work with water, right? Specifically Kangen water. So drink it, holler at the DMs, shoot me a message to get on the best water wave on earth. This substance creates over 70% of your body and most of your major organs. So don't you want the best of the best? That's what this is. Great. If you want the best of the best, hit me up. It's a beautiful thing when you start putting the right things in your body and your environment starts responding accordingly. But don't take my word for it. Try it. It's a slow process, so be easy on yourself, right? I started this journey when I was addicted to prescription painkillers. Shout out Big Pharma. We love you guys. We're going to replace you for sure. And, I was very overweight. I was tired. I was done with life, honestly. And just our basic needs after breath, right? Food, water, and the way we think, the way that I was thinking. You crawl. Then when you could walk, you walk. When you could run, you run. But go at your own pace. Be super easy on yourself, because the journey back is for sure difficult. But at least from my experience, it's amazingly worth it. Thank you to everyone who helped me along the way. And I hope that I could even do a tiny smidgen as